going on? Back for another sit down. You already know who it is. You already know who that is. What's up, man? Oh,
Did you just hit it for real?
Yeah, it's all good though.
Good. Happy April. Happy Easter.
Easter was good.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, belated. I'm glad that we're getting into spring. I'm glad that the warm is trying to fight off the cold. I know in the morning you still feel it a little bit. That's why they got the sweatshirt. But I feel like I got some of that old man in me now where, I get enough cold. And this winter was not that bad. Last winter was not that bad. But I'm just glad that we're getting back to some warm weather. I'm going to hate it when I'm sweating every day. But, I can appreciate the change. Like I said, I'm getting that old man in me.
I've noticed, at work especially, just because you're up and down on the ladders and all that stuff. I don't really sweat as much. I mean, I do,
Yeah.
but I feel like I sweat more. I used to sweat more. I don't know if it's maybe my metabolism or something like that.
Could be.
Maybe I gotta work out again or something. But
You should.
I should.
Every young man should. I should.
Yeah.
I've been working out with these guys at work. I've been working out with my buddy Noah again. You know Noah.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to start doing Thursday nights. I told for keep a long story short, I told my cousin Colton that I'd work out with him once he turned a certain age, and he finally hit that age.
Oh.
And I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna keep my word. He's getting into high school. He's becoming a young man. He's got some weight on him. Not in a good way. He's a big kid, but I think he's been happier. I think he's been finding himself, and I think, as any 14-year-old boy does, he's learning about girls. He's learning about where he fits into the equation, and he's like, he sees me working out, and I'm no stud, but I put forth some effort, and he wants to give it a shot, and I can honor that.
He's seeing that you have results.
Yeah. I
he's
got
like,
confidence, and
Yeah.
I have a daughter, so something worked along the way. And
Yeah.
I have no problem helping a young man. So I was thinking Thursday nights. This Thursday, I think I'm gonna start it up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's always good to have workout partners too. So
I've been saying that for a long time. Some guys can do it alone. They're good at it. They know what they're doing. They don't need help. They probably look at it as other guys just getting away. They take up more time. They're trying to get out of the gym. They know what they're doing. They want to go.
Yeah. And
I don't blame you. I'm not trying to spend 2, 3, 4 hours in there for no reason if I don't have to. But I have to admit, I cannot say consistently because that'd be a bold-faced lie. But I've been up and down working out since I was 22, 23. I stopped dating a bunch of girls at once, and I started taking life a little bit more seriously then. A tiny bit more seriously.
Well, for a while there, you had lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, 21, 22.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I think just being honest, I think right now, you're your best you right now.
I'll tell you what.
You're looking like your best you.
The mental health has a lot to do with it. I never realized that.
Oh, dude, it's huge, man.
I hate to be that guy where it's I feel like I'm jamming on the same shit that a lot of people talk about, or a lot of people are buzzing about. I say buzzing because I feel like that's kind of I hate to say this, but I feel like it's kind of cringe to talk about, but...
Oh, mental health and all that?
Yeah, I do.
It's because I don't. I'm not gonna go down that road, but I know what
Okay.
you mean. Yeah, yeah. I I don't know. I mean, if you're honest about it, I mean, then
Well,
it's good. You know.
yeah, I got a little girl,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you what, when I'm not right, that's not right, and I
Yeah.
feel it. I take it out on her. I'm like, I'm a little bit more mean, or I'm a little bit more stupid, or it's like I'm not paying attention or involved, and uh, I don't have time for that shit. I gotta get my mind right, and for me, that comes in a lot of things. One of them being working out, and when I got partners, it's like I don't feel like I'm aimless in there. I feel like I got guys that, because I'll tell you what, I was working out with 3 dudes today, like I said earlier. Normally we have 4, but when the fourth doesn't show up, I become the weakest guy. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
and that's, and I don't see myself as a weak dude, but damn, I just haven't been doing it to the best of my ability. So
Yeah, well, there's some guys just like they just live in the gym, man. Like it's like a
that too.
it's a routine for people. Like it's just a part of their daily schedule. They make it a part of their daily schedule.
I'm looking for that.
Yeah, it's a good thing,
Oh, well,
you
I
know.
think it's good for all young men because what it does, I'll tell you what, there was a good period where I was really working out hard and I was really taking it seriously. I made it a part of my life, and I was very consistent. And as a man, that gives you like what you call like the mojo, gives you the jungle drums, gives you that like a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
just
yeah.
it gives you that man,
Right, right.
and I think that's good for all young men to have. You need to have it. Controlling it's a whole different beast. I remember abusing it, and that's a lot of fun. But then it also gets you in trouble, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where the mental health part comes in, where it's like stay on your square. I heard that a lot, like a year and a half ago, and I like that saying, stay on your square.
Hmm. We all need to stay in our square.
Yeah.
That's for sure. For some, it's a lot easier to say than do.
I think it's like
But
old man talk, because I feel like when you get good advice from old man,
yeah,
um, it's really cut and dry and it's really honest. So I don't think as long as the old man doesn't have any kind of vendetta towards you, he's just like whatever, and you don't approach him in some kind of fucked up way. I don't see why any old man, like any real old man or old timer, would give you any kind of bad information.
mm-hmm.
Sure, you'd have to feel the situation out, but I mean, for the most part, these guys are just going to tell it like it is, and I think it comes from a good place, but they're still men about it. They still got to be a certain way or act a certain way or whatever.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't like to like categorize us in the like the age ranges and all that, but like we're getting to that point now where like we're getting past the whole like stubborn thing. We're starting like not all of us, but a lot of us turning getting into our age now. Like we're starting to understand that like we're not always right. Our idea or like what we think is the best way might not be the best way, and like it's okay to take people's advice, and shape things to better suit us.
I used to have this theory about life. I used to have this goofy theory about like where society went wrong. I guess I was trying to be like Mr. Fix It, like I was looking for the big solution.
I got you.
And I always used to tell people, it was like, oh, what I think is wrong is women are too independent. If we just put them back in a house, like, in the kitchen where they belong, and if we put them, like, put rings on their fingers, that would solve all the problems. And I've been saying that for years. For years. At this point, I'm going to take what you said. I'm not always right. And I don't think that that is the solution. I think where we are at now is women being independent protects them. It protects them from having to be dependent on someone that may end up turning on them. Oftentimes, that's the case. Like I'll talk to my grandmother. She's passed away now, but she told me stories about dating guys, and they were not the greatest guys, or my great grandmother, my mama, and her story about men, and it's like these men had these women in their kitchens or in their households or whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it, and then they took advantage of these women, because it was available. You just got to understand that women got to do what's right for them, and you got to do what's right for you. One of the guys I've been working out with actually talks about that in a really well understood way. He made a joke about one of my other buddies that works with me, and he's like, what's crazy is you said to me, that you and him were working out, and then he stopped because he was dating this girl, and he said that's how you get dumped. If you stop doing what's good for you because you think it's going to help you with, a woman or with anything really. He said you got to do what's good for you and the rest will come. And if it doesn't, it wasn't meant to be in the first place. He said that this woman probably found him attractive and probably wanted to date him because he was who he was. And then he stopped being who he was. And now look where he's at. And he is not dating this girl anymore. But I guess it's just a roundabout way of saying that I completely agree with you that I'm not always right. And I'm really coming to terms with that. Really coming to terms. In my own way.
Yeah.
Because you've hung out with me for a long time, and I say some off the wall shit, really just even further than left field, far out, stupid shit. I do a lot of it for the laughs, but I mean, I've been saying it for so long, you'd have to admit, Nick probably does believe some of this crazy shit. And now, my eyes are just getting wider and my mouth getting quieter, I guess. I guess I'll just leave it there, too. That's what I got to say.
I think we just, we're from a time, not that we're old, but just, our high school, middle school days and all that, we're from a different time than it is now.
Sure.
And it's pretty crazy to think, just within, 20-something years or whatever,
You're being nice.
Yeah, I am. But within that time frame, though, how crazy, how drastically, culture has changed. Just from, we'll just be honest here, man, jokes, right? People back in high school and middle school, we all said some pretty crazy,
hell yeah, it was
demeaning
funny.
shit to each other.
It was funny as hell.
And it was all funny.
Oh my God.
It was all for a joke. Everybody that was in it, in that conversation, it was all understood that it was a joke.
I don't even think you have to protect it like that. It was funny because it was funny.
It was funny because it was funny. But at the same time though, we had thick skin about it.
Yes, and some of what maybe to touch on it, we're definitely immature.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And yeah, kids nowadays, I mean, I think they all still do that kind of stuff, but
in their own way.
There's a lot more of a watch what you say kind of culture now, I guess.
Yes and no. Kids are always going to be kids. I think if you take a 16-year-old from 80 years ago to 40 years ago to now, a 16-year-old, a kid is a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to believe no matter what you do, no matter what kind of, limitations or whatever you want to impose, a kid's going to be a kid. I think we're getting older and we're starting to look at that stuff differently, and our perception of it has evolved. Well, we're not kids anymore, so we can look at a 16-year-old and be like, man, like that's fucked up, But
Okay, yeah.
but for the other 16-year-olds, we were there once.
We were.
We thought it was funny, and deep down, some of that shit is funny.
It's funny as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you gotta act appropriate, because as you get older, there's like a seriousness of life that happens. Like I'm not advocating that you just become a serious person, but you're not in the playful situations that you were at one time. You're not as free. You become more responsible, and that's good. That means a lot. We were just talking about buying houses, buying cars, like doing big boy shit. I don't know many 16-year-olds that are doing big boy shit like that. So they don't have to worry about those types of things. A lot of that stuff is predetermined for them. They got feet. They want to go somewhere. They got the bicycle, the 10-speed. If they want to hitch a ride from their buddy that has a brother or sister that's a couple years older, whatever, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, they got a lot more. They got a lot more time to. They got a lot more room for chaos.
Yeah.
There's not like
less consequences.
That, and like there's not as much routine, not as much like order, I guess, in their lives yet.
I think that's what school's for.
Yeah.
Like, try to get that started.
Well, yeah, when you're in school and everything, right? Like some of us crack down on the books, others not so much. But they at least like in school, right? They have some routine and stuff. But then summer hits, and depending on how old you are, you might not have a job yet. So you just kind of go crazy.
Like it's weird in a sense. I relate to the kids that want to work real hard and want to get like their adult started real quick. But then in the same boat, I feel for them where it's like, I feel like they might have a sense of me at some point in their life where they felt like they missed out. It was like just enjoying that freedom a little bit longer. So, I don't know. It's kind of like catch-22 in the emotional side, because I'm not them. But yeah, I felt that at one time where I was like 18 working at Ford, 19 working at Ford. And then I was like 22, 23, 24. And there were guys just coming into the plant at 22, 23, 24. And yeah, I had a shit ton of seniority on them and could do a lot more. But they always had this, I went to college story. I was doing this story. I was, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They had a lot of that, like.
That's like where I'm at, man,
Freedom time, yeah. And I was like.
There are these guys that like have been in the trade since, like you said, since they were like 18 or whatever. And,
yeah.
Then there's guys like me that just come in, I was pursuing something else, but, and then, we had to.
Well, it's got to be both ways, right? Because you're probably looking at them like if you looked at a guy like me that started at 18, I could retire at 48 or 49. Where it would take the 24-year-old till he's 54. And that's your 30 years. Or
for us, it's different because everybody's retirement age is whatever, 62. Or,
sure.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's got to be like, green pasture, like all over the place, no matter whose eyes you're looking through. I don't know. I felt that way. I get it. I'm not saying it's right, because I definitely have a lot to show, and I'm happy for it. But I've been there.
Yeah, man, that is pretty crazy to think about. Like you've been there for a long time, and you've like
10 years.
you've pretty much like, as far as the plant goes, you've pretty much done most of it, right? Like as far as like
As far as production.
different parts or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
You know what? Even though my dad busts my balls all the time about getting in the trades, and probably for good reason. Like I don't think I could sit here and legitimately, be pissed off about it, because all he wants is what's right for me. I know I could fucking do it. I know I'm smart. I know I could easily take the classes and get in, and I'd be good at it too. I'm young. I'm in average to above average health. I could fucking muscle my way through jobs. I could, without getting hurt either. Like there are some thinner guys or some whatever guys that don't have the same build as me, and they're struggling. There are guys that get into the trades when they're 40 or 50, and it's like they got that wore out body, or they've got some damage or whatever. I'm a prime fucking candidate. I know that, and I know where he comes from. I'm just pursuing different stuff, but that's besides the fact. As far as a lot of that from like just a working standpoint goes, like I said earlier, being able to retire at 48 or 49, that's huge.
Yeah,
You still got half of your life ahead of you.
for sure. For sure.
Let's make it a good half.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the quote that the dude I was working out with told me. He said, people would rather avoid pain and pursue pleasure. Anything that's worth doing right, or anything that's worth doing is hard. There's a saying there, and you could probably figure it out from the puzzle pieces I left, but
Yeah.
he says it well, and I think it's a good saying.
Basically, you gotta just do it. You gotta just not be a wimp about it, I guess, and just like
Ronnie Coleman said, nothing to it but to do it.
Pain is gain.
Pain is gain.
Yeah. For real though, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of days where I wake up and I'm like,
Oh.
I just, I would be okay with just, sleeping in right
Damn.
now.
Dude.
But you get up and you go do it.
There are some days where it's like every day, where it's like 2-3 weeks on end. It's like, fuck me.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The one thing that I didn't think about it much until recently, but like the one thing that's kind of like been freaking me out a bit is the idea of just like looking forward to the weekends. I'm really trying to not do that.
Oh, don't sell yourself short.
Well, what I mean is like, there's still time in the week to enjoy, right now. Yeah. I'm trying, like, I really am like trying to, and not so much just with the podcast stuff or excuse me, the channel stuff, but like, just, maybe go bowl a couple games or something like that,
Get out there.
At the alley, or go to disc replay, go to the record store, just little things like that.
Oh yeah.
Like,
take care of yourself. Stay up late a couple days.
Yeah, because
you're still young.
Sometimes it's just like, the responsible thing, I guess, is to come home and just kind of relax it out for the next day. But that gets really, it's going to sound weird, but that actually gets tiring. Like,
yes. Well, it's because
you're not doing anything. Like, I'm not stimulating my mind other ways, as far as...
How much can you lay in bed and watch YouTube till you're like, damn, there's nothing. That's
the thing, man.
It's done.
That's the thing, dude. And that's the crazy part, is like you could be laying in your bed or on, wherever in your house, and you're just watching YouTube, and then all of a sudden you're like, Like you snap out of it and you're like, whoa, I just wasted 3 hours of my life looking at, whatever random shit on YouTube. Going from, let's just say, music videos or something like that to some instructional video on something that I'm never gonna cook, but it seemed interesting,
You're down the rabbit hole.
To a serial killer interview or something.
Yeah, just
some, it just goes shit. On, and then like I said before, you just kind of snap out of it, and you're like, wow, yeah, I really need to go do something else.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, anyways, like I was trying to say though, I'm trying to just I'm trying to make more time during the week to do fun things too. So, and I think this is good. I'd like I'm trying to do more things with with Kyle and whoever else too. Like different
avenues,
yeah, different ideas
yeah.
for talks and like I said, the challenges.
Yes,
I want to get back into those. Those ones that we did on Vault Media were fun, man.
I feel like a jerk.
No. Dude, everybody was busy, and you can't be mad at anybody about that.
Well, I'm mad at me.
Everybody was figuring things out at that time, I think.
Being nice again.
No, I'm being for real though. Like that point in time, we were all like super down about starting up this this YouTube channel.
Hell yeah.
Talk
is cheap, isn't it?
I went, yeah. But yeah, like we started that thing up, and I think we had like maybe 2 or 3 solid weeks where we
were all in it, we were all there,
and then we were downhill. But like I said, I'm not mad at anybody for it.
You got good perspective.
Yeah.
Big heart.
I think people are going to start coming around. Well, at least you. I got you. I know Isaac will hop on some stuff. Kyle,
You know what's crazy? You text me, and I'm in the shower, and I saw hell yeah. And I was like, damn, we get up at the same time. I know your pain.
Oh, yeah. I did text you in the morning. That's right.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
What were you doing at that time? Because me...
When I said hell yeah?
Yeah.
I think, dude, I was just getting up. I was literally just sitting there.
Yeah.
And I saw your yes sir, and then I was like, hell yeah. and then I think I might have sat there for another 5 minutes, just kind of just doing
that's me
early morning scroll, and then
you know what, I torture myself. I got the alarm clock on the other wall, way far away from the bed. I forced myself to get up out of bed, turn it off.
Yeah.
And it's set for 3:30, and I don't hop in the shower until 4.
Dude, that's freaking hilarious. Because what I've been doing, and I don't know if this is necessarily good or bad, but so I have my alarm clock set at 3:30, and I'll snooze it.
My man.
And I snooze it about 3 times, until
you being nice.
Until 4.
Yeah.
And then I might actually do another 9 minutes or whatever after that, depending on how I feel. But no more than that. And then I'm like, all right, I got to get up.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do. I'm rolling over 3:30, and it's like, okay, I have to get up out of bed to turn this fucking thing off. And then once I do that, I know I'm semi-conscious. So it's like, all right, I'll throw on a YouTube video for the morning, like just listen to something stupid. Recently, like I said, I've been playing Diablo 2, so it's I've never played a sorceress before. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'll look up different videos, how to gear it, how to level it, whatever. I just look up just something to get voices talking. Sometimes I fall asleep to YouTube videos of people just talking, because it's this may sound weird, but that is very good for me. That makes me feel very good to have someone talking or something going on, and I got to be interested in a little bit.
Oh yeah, dude. No, so definitely like social interaction. Like kind of, it makes you feel
Yes.
like you're like
A
you
part
got
of
people
something.
around or something. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, to touch on that, when Chelsea's not home, man, the house sucks. I don't want to do a damn thing.
Yeah.
As soon as Chelsea's at the house, I got like energy, and it's weird because I'm the same dude all week, but when she's there, I'm up, I'm moving, I'm like excited to be there. I want the house to be spick and spam. I want her to feel comfortable in our environment. Me alone, I'm glad I don't make that many messes because dishes be piling up, laundry be mounding.
Yeah.
And then as soon as she gets there, like Thursday night, right before, I gotta kick my own ass to like get dishes into the damn dishwasher. I don't even have to clean them. I just have to push a button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of dishwashers, because like you do have to still like
Yeah, you gotta
scrape off the excess. Or
yeah,
whatever.
like
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
made eggs, you gotta get the sidewalls.
Yeah.
Throw that away. Unless you really want to risk it in the sink.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I asked because like we got that dishwasher downstairs, but we've barely used it, just because it's like it's. I guess because it's like the process is still pretty much the same. Like you still have to get all the shit off of it. So doing all that, you might as well just finish it off.
Well, I use like 30 gallons of water, and I just let the plate rinse until all the syrup comes off, or the gravy, or the noodles, or
super
whatever.
hot water.
Yeah,
it's like,
you know.
Yeah. I got you.
Sometimes I drink out of big cups, right? So I put all my forks and spoons, and that's a restaurant thing. If you've ever been to a restaurant, like as the dishes are piling up, you'll notice like cups stacked up, and one cup will have a bunch of fucking liquid in it. It doesn't even have to be straight water. It could be like that dude's soda and this dude's pink lemonade and that little girl that didn't drink her milk. All that shit goes into one cup.
Mm-hmm.
All the forks and knives go in there, and it's just like to get the soak going, so that way stuff comes off easily as you're cleaning, throwing it in that little express washer thing. Because I used to do this.
Yeah.
So I took some of that home with me, and the big cup gets filled all the way with water, and all the utensils go in there. Trust me, I use the dishwasher, but
Yeah.
I wait. I do it once a week, Have you seen those commercials? Like, we do it every night.
Uh-huh.
So stupid. I'm not using all that detergent. Fuck you.
Well, we're kind of lucky because we don't live in the city, but certain places you definitely have to do it daily because roaches and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I've had ants like one time where it's like they're crawling on the counter.
Yeah, I've seen them before.
Yeah. And it's the little guys, but it's annoying. It makes you look bad. It's like, oh, I'm the dude with ants.
Yeah.
Fuck. Slob.
Yeah, you got to get those
Those little traps with the stickiest shit.
those little little where like they go inside of it and like they can't. I don't know if it's they can't get out or like you said it's like a sticky thing or something. But yeah, those are.
They work.
Yeah, ants are definitely annoying, man. We've all had them at one point. Cause they're like, they're the like they use whatever. There's I think it's like a scent or something. You always see them like in a line. So it's like once you have the one and he goes and tells all of his buddies, now they're all coming. And it's like once they have that trail or whatever, it's like now you have to get them quick.
I feel like that is an innate thing in nature.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the bees do it too and everything. That's actually crazy. Like I don't know if you ever watched speaking of YouTube, watching YouTube.
Hey, well, come on now.
So there's this one guy I used to watch a lot. His channel was JP the Bee Man.
Hey.
He was from New Orleans, and he would do like basically it's basically like a bee rescue because he's going out and he's basically like an exterminator, but he's not killing them. He's just storing them and then he's puffing the smoke on them and everything to get them out. But then he just either relocates them, or I think he's kept a couple hives for himself because that's all, all that honey, it's like, yeah. And he's like, he's really interesting because he actually like explains shit, like the,
hey man,
the
if you
process
get into something,
and everything, yeah, those were cool videos. I don't think he does it as much, but anyways, what I was trying to say was, the bees they'd have the whole thing too with the pheromones and like that's how they're all able to like kind of or like locate the hive, or like when they go and they move somewhere else. Yeah, it's interesting stuff.
Must be in a neat
I used to always be very afraid of bees.
Oh, same. Not
and
anymore.
I still am.
Not as much anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get stung, but
yeah,
it's not gonna kill me. I just like for instance, we had a bee in the trailer one time. We were all working, and it's like, okay, so I'm the man in the trailer. What am I gonna do? Act scared or take care of the situation? Because I got girls in the front that aren't trying to deal with that, and girls are allowed to be a little bit more skittish, a little more scared. But you as a man, was like, well, fuck, I gotta present myself here, so let's take care of the situation. I'm not trying to get stung either.
Well, the crazy
Fuck out of here.
The thing about like where we live too, though, it's like a lot of times they're not really bees. They're not like honeybees. They're like yellow jackets or even wasps. Man, them wasps are annoying, dude. Like you know right away too. Like once like it starts getting warm, you got to start going and checking the side of your house because they're looking. They're looking in the gutters and under the porch railings and all that.
Dude, I was mowing the grass one time and it was like an old stump.
Oh.
And it was like so low to the ground because we'd actually nick it a bunch of times.
Yeah, yellow jackets.
Oh yeah, I hit it one time.
Oh man,
it was like the Bee Movie, the whole thing right there.
Ooh. Yeah, dude, that's scary, man. I've never, God willing, I never do, but I've never hit a yellow jacket nest or whatever.
Yeah.
I know one of my uncles did. He down in Lafayette. He had a pretty decent amount of land. He would go cut it, and they would just, it's just right in the middle of this like basically like this field, so it's probably like the perfect place for yellow jackets because really nobody's going around there. So he just ran over it. He just says he just remembers them like just they all just popped up and then that's it. They started attacking him.
What do? You jump in the water? Was there water?
Oh, they say you're supposed to, I think, or you just run for your life.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to do it.
There was a video. I think it was in like Japan or something like that. But they were killer bees.
Oh, I've seen this shit. They're giant.
Not the giant ones, but just like killer bees. Like there's honey bees that are like they're just like super aggressive and they just start attacking on sight.
Oh,
but
bad attitude.
I have seen those though too. Those the giant Asian hornet, and those things like they'll kill you like if you get stung by one.
What?
Like because it's the venom is just real potent. It's
toxic.
it's. But I don't think it's really the venom. I think it's more just the sting is so painful and everything. It just like kills you because of the shock.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I could be wrong about that, but I don't know. All I know is those things are they were in Oregon, dude. Or was it Oregon or Washington? It was one of those two. And they had they were able to like track it or whatever, and they got them. But they were in the United States for a second.
You know what else came from Asia into the United States? Was that Asian carp? The
carp? Yeah. And the goby, too.
Yeah. And the COVID.
And
oh!
Yeah.
They got us, man.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff comes from out there. Man, I'll tell you what. Saturday was badass. Yeah, I got to get a new pit now.
Oh, did it finally?
Oh yeah, so
Oh no.
so the next day, and I was already in the mindset that I was just gonna leave it in the front because I knew it was done.
Yeah.
But I went and I picked it up, took it to the retention pond because I just dumped the ashes out there. Still a little hot, but I just kind of kicked it around a little bit.
Yeah. It's just got to get done.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, it was kind of hot. It was questionable if I should just leave it on the grass, but I just kind of, kicked it around a little bit, got the embers to cool off, and it was all good.
I hear you.
But, what was I? Oh, so as I was dumping it, I had my, one of my hands on one of the legs, and this was another leg. I didn't, because obviously there was the one that was real flimsy already, but I lift with the other leg, and that one just like went and
Just
snapped
clean
off.
Oh.
So then it ended up being really all three of the legs on the bottom were all jacked up.
Dude, it was the last.
It was the last one.
The last hurrah.
And the bottom, and the bottom's been like this for a while now, anyways. But it was all warped, and like you could see like that it was the possibility of it just kind of caving in one day.
Yeah,
So
it was itching his way out.
yeah. But no, yeah, I definitely I would definitely get a similar one like that at Menards or something. So
Well, if you want pitch in for it, you let me know.
no, man, not for that. Yeah, but I appreciate it. Just
No problem.
bring them
Yes.
big logs the next time, dude.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just like Robert Plant wrote about.
Yep.
That's a good song.
That is a good song, dude. That's actually in GTA. Speaking
What?
Of it. Yeah, it's in the game.
Oh, that is sick.
Yeah.
GTA has always done a good job with their music choice.
Crazy soundtracks, man.
Always fucking done a good job.
GTA is actually the reason why I started kind of listening to reggae.
Really?
Because, I mean, where we live, there's no like reggae channels or
Yeah, there's
nothing
no
like
Rastafari.
that. The only reggae you'd ever hear is maybe Bob Marley every now and then on something.
Right.
But yeah, like San Andreas. That what do they call it? Keja West, or it was the radio station on there.
I have to admit, I don't think I turned it on all that much. I was always
Radio X.
Radio X or the Dust.
The Dust.
I was always that.
Yeah, me too. But like just every now and then I would be like, oh, I'll listen to some reggae.
I'm proud of you,
Yeah.
Mr. Expanded Horizons.
I always was when it came to music.
Well, it shows.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that was kind of the whole the beginning of it.
This morning I was jamming out to Stevie Ray Vaughan, speaking about music.
Nice, dude.
And then I turned on Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall. And I was like, you know what? It's a little too early for like this heavy, because The Wall, it gets a little heavy. Like there are some good bangers, But then I turned on The Wall, and like I said, The Wall is that's a little much, to invest, 2-3 hours. I think it's an hour and a half or whatever. But just constantly like where it's not popular songs, and you're blasting music for like 8 or 10 people to hear.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. So I turned on a little bit of Yes. And then I went into dance music, like dance pop, like Kesha, and like just a bunch of like goofy shit. Like I think the Backstreet Boys came on at one point, or NSYNC or whatever.
And I just kind of went back a second there. I remember when I went and saw The Wall live. I went with my dad to go see it at Wrigley.
Did you see it with Pink Floyd, or did you see it with
Roger
Waters? Yeah.
That was in what was that, 2011, I think? Well, he was doing it up at Wrigley. That was cool, man.
I think in 07.
He had the plane come down, and like crash into like the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
The hammers.
Oh yeah, I think that was one of the coolest like things. The coolest like pieces of media was the hammers like walking back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it with my arms, but you get it.
Yeah, I get what you were doing.
My arms don't bend that way.
Yeah. Looked like you were doing the Degeneration X.
Oh, that is that from wrestling?
Wrestling.
Oh man,
Suck it.
that was a big thing for them. In
Hell yeah.
fact, watching old school wrestling,
Oh yeah.
damn.
But the wall, like that the concert, that was kind of like, and I had seen many concerts before that because we would always go to Festival of the Lakes and stuff like
Nice.
that. But like that concert there was like the starting point for me wanting to go see more concerts.
Oh hell yeah, I need to go see more concerts too.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. The amphitheater, man, we got to start checking that out. See what's gonna be up there.
Please.
I know. Creed.
What? I'll go see Creed.
Creed and
I don't give a fuck what no one says. I'll go see Creed.
Dude, I like Creed, man. Hell yeah. But Creed and Three Doors Down.
I'll go see
Both
Three
on
Doors
the,
Down,
both on
too.
the same day.
Same roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Kind of like ZZ Top and Skinner when I went and saw them last year. But anyways, yeah, I know that Creed is definitely one that I'd like to go see.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you get Froggy, and it makes sense, like if it's on a weekday, which I know is awful because we're all working guys here.
Yeah.
But if it's on a weekday, like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you let me know. I mean, you don't have to commit to that because I get it.
Yeah.
If that's staying up late, that's going to fuck up your next day.
Oh yeah.
Guaranteed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just know that. Like, me and Isaac and his girlfriend went to go see Disturbed. On a Wednesday night in August.
At the casino, right?
At the World Amphitheater.
Oh, really?
Let me tell you, that next day going into work, fucked up big time. I only had like 2 beers. I wasn't really like going ape. I wasn't trying to spend all that money either. But it was getting back home at midnight that really did it for me.
Dude, I remember when we went and saw Metallica.
Yeah. Yeah.
That night I went to work the next day. And I was running on like 2 hours of sleep. And that was when me and Nick were working together. So.
Do you remember the night I got drunk and passed out on the couch and then went into work?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Awful.
That was a couple of times, actually, but...
Yeah, I know.
I think, No, did you stay for Iron Maiden? You might have.
I think it would have been smarter for me, too.
You definitely should have that night.
I don't know if I did or not.
I think you did. Because that was
it was a great time.
That was a very great time.
Yeah.
I still always bring up when you were like, "Come on, Mark, let's go in the mosh pit," and I was like, "I'm good." I'm like, "This isn't some high school house party mosh pit, Like this is the real deal."
These are grown men that do this for a living,
Yeah. Dude, for real, man.
And at that time, I was like skin and bones, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And you came back like not even like 10 minutes later. You were like, "Yeah, you're right."
Well, I have to admit, I think I've only fallen in a mosh pit maybe 3 times. Noah was telling me he went in a mosh pit a few months ago, and he fucked up his back really bad.
Oh, man.
He had some big dude ram into him, and he just ate shit.
Yeah, that's one thing about a mosh pit. It's like, it's so weird about it is that it's like people go in there just wanting to hurt hurt everybody.
Sure.
But that same guy that's doing that, like when you fall down, he'll like pick you back up. Like,
of course.
And like a courtesy, and then just knock you back down.
That's the camaraderie of it.
Yeah.
Where I think what it is you got to understand the type of music they're listening to, and that music translates into some kind of energy. Like it's very high energy, Like if you ever listen to that deathcore or the screamo or whatever kind of fucking hard rock that they're fucking going for, the guy on the drums is fucking beating his life out, and you got the guy on the guitar that's sweating his ass off and whatever. and you got guys like diving off the stage, and
Uh-huh.
you're trying to catch a 150-pound man, and I could do that once, okay, but this is the fucking 14th time. Like, come on, give me a break here. And then I got fucking big dude 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like just surrounding me. And I'm not a small guy either, but when you got like 30 big dudes, one good shot, your chances go up. Every big dude that there is. And yeah, I get it.
I remember me and Isaac went to it was the Disrupt. Was it the Disrupt Festival or something like that? It was Rockstar Energy's festival they were doing at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. I don't think they've done one since, but they should. It was pretty cool. It was just a night of like punk rock music, and like they had a bunch of like new groups, and then they had groups like Atreyu, Sum 41 was there. That was cool. That was like the closer.
Nice.
That was probably like the only band that I actually knew, to be honest.
That's the only band I know out of all that.
There was well, I knew some stuff from Atreyu, but like everything else was like just basically like punk screamo.
Yeah.
And like it's not my cup of tea. I wouldn't like, go on Amazon Music and play it, but seeing it live, there's definitely a there's some I have some respect for it,
Well, how about this?
It's pretty fast, high energy, fast pace, like
I think that actually touches back to what like I'm gonna do a little bit of a deep dive, but I think it'll make sense. When I go to bed, I listen to people talking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't turn on the sports channel. I don't find that entertaining, but I'll go to a game.
Yeah.
I don't try to watch live music. I like and maybe to music aficionados this sounds fucked up, but I like the record that they make and sell. I think that it's high quality. I think it's done well. It catches all the essence of the music that they're trying to put out. But I'll definitely go to any concert anytime, no matter who's playing, because like it's a camaraderie, it's people, it's the energy transference, and you're a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I think there's something to that, 100%. So.
You were talking about we were talking about mosh pits and all that.
Mm-hmm.
What I was trying to bring up about that Disrupt festival though was I remember there was a guy in one of the groups. He did like a crowd dive, and he was people had him picked up, and I just remember like as he did it and he was coming back, like people were like bringing him to like the back of the crowd. Everybody like freaked out, and they wanted to like push up to catch him, and like I had no interest in trying to go and have this guy up in the air, but I remember everybody started pushing up, and like I got crowd pushed along with it.
Oh, like you just got shoved.
I just got shoved, and like all of a sudden I was like, oh, like I almost felt like I went airborne because this dude was just like pushing me, like, and he was pushing me, and like thousands of other people were doing the same.
Yeah.
And like I kind of had to push my way out of it, and like I got off to the side, and everybody was just like like going to like go carry this dude,
Well,
it's just like, oh my god.
There are crowd surfers where it's like it's the 110-pound guy where he's like super skinny and tiny, and it's like, okay, this guy I'll catch all night long. But then like Mr. 175 pounds, like or Mr. 210, like,
yeah,
like I'm not trying to catch that stomach.
You
know what I'm saying? That's a lot of commitment. I'll catch a leg, but I don't. Then you got to worry about like the foot you getting kicked in the face.
Yeah, like it might be fun to catch like Angus Young from AC/DC.
Yeah,
short guy, but James Hetfield or something from Metallica. Yeah, that's a little different story.
Forget about it.
How he's like a 6-foot dude.
You could just tell, you get put in that situation. You just get that first glance, and this is okay or this is not okay.
Yeah. I actually had another experience, kind of like what I was just talking about. Me and Isaac went and saw that one guy, Mdu Mokhtar. He's the guitar player from Niger, Africa.
Hmm.
But he's got like this group, and they started touring around the United States a lot. And actually, they were just recently. They were, I think it was because of everything going on with there was like a civil war going out there, so they had to stay in the States. They couldn't go back.
Mm.
It was pretty crazy. Like they were basically like refugees here for a while, and
Jeez.
people were like helping them out. Like, you know, they had like a GoFundMe started for them.
He
And
was
stuff.
like the next Hendrix.
But really good musicians, man. But we saw them play at Talia Hall in the city. And there was one point, you know, he's jamming out, and he plays in like Arabic scales and stuff like that, because, you know, it's very the Islam is very common out there, so they're all like, you know, they a lot of their culture kind of has like this Arabic sounding, like a lot of the music out there is very Arabic sounding.
Huh.
But he's playing his guitar, and he's like, you know, doing some solos. It's really cool. I'm enjoying it. All of a sudden, he just decides he's gonna like bring his guitar out, and he's like, "Yeah, come on!" Like trying to let people strum it. And I, once again, really had no intention to even try to go strum it or push up. Whew, there goes the
Crowd
crowd.
pushed? Oh,
I got
man.
crowd pushed, and I was already like pretty close to the stage.
Good for you.
So
Good for you.
So the dudes, these dudes behind me are like, they're all like, oh, you know, reaching up, and I just kind of grabbed the dude in front of me, or I, you know, kind of put my hands out and like pushed out to the side. I was like, I ain't doing this again, man.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what normally happens for me. Like when I get in that mosh pit scene, I'm looking at it from afar, and I'm like, it looks fun. Probably not. One beer down. Oh, it looks fun.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. Another beer down. Dude's like, come on. I'm like, all right. I get my first shove in or whatever. Okay, you know, I'm on the ring. I'm not in. Get out. Another beer down. I get in there. And then I'm fucking in. Then it's over.
Then you're like, why did I do this?
The next day.
You wake up the next day with bruises.
Like you're dehydrated because the last mosh pit I was in like that, I was wearing a sweatshirt and it's inside, and it was just a concrete floor, a concrete stage, you know, like, and then here's the stage, and then here's you down here. Everyone's running around, shit like that. I was fucking soaking wet.
Yeah.
When I went to my buddy's wedding in September, I was dancing all night long. Like, I was dancing before any other dude ever got out there. All these dudes are fucking afraid. And I'm out there dancing with Chelsea. Soaking wet. I'm that guy. But I will admit I did have a couple drinks in me first. And I like to have a little bit of fun. And I like to, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not scared.
No.
Maybe a little bit, but
That's why you drink. To loosen up a bit, you know.
Got him. Yeah, they call it liquid courage.
That wasn't like a dig, man. Like, I was, you know, for real. Like, that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I remember there was this guy from college, and he would always say, he was like, man, like, I would tell him, like, hey, go talk to that girl, or hey, man, go, you know, do something crazy, you know. And he'd always say, like, oh, maybe after a couple drinks, you know.
Dude. Fucking true.
Yeah, for some people, yeah, that's like their.
I mean,
liquid courage is the word.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna admit I don't need drinks all the time. Like when I'm working on the back of 5 line with this guy Edgar, me and him would just dance up different, no fucking reason, no reason at all. And I got coffee in me. I don't have no drinks in me like that. I will admit I used to have fun. You know, I'm not trying to get fired, but I mean, yeah, fuck off. I used to have some fun.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't need it all the time like that. And like I still have a great time. Period. But that helps. Yeah.
The little things, even just like the going up to random people, taking pictures. Like I'm just bringing up stuff from the city trips we did.
I was about to say the Chicago trips.
Yeah. Fun, dude. You kind of motivated us in ways to try to step out a little bit by doing that.
There have been times
by going
in my
up
life.
on the by the pier.
Oh yeah.
And just like,
I've got
the
some
boat's attention.
Like there have been times in my life where I've had like obnoxiously high confidence where I'm like just pushing limits and limits and limits and limits, and I don't think I'm there right now, but I'm on the higher end, but I don't think I'm at the max.
Yeah.
I know what the max is.
Yeah.
I feel good, but I know I could feel better, And that's not like I need help. That's just saying, I'm getting there and I'm in a good spot right now, and I'm working towards a better spot.
Mm-hmm.
Mentality helps. I know what I got going on.
Good talk with you again, man.
Good talk with you, Mark.
Hell yeah.